Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the Geeknode sphere. It's Pikey ZA back with your weekly podcast. This week we have decided to forego the usual very rambling introduction because I said something that was just stupidly inappropriate. It made me feel really awkward, and now I'm re-recording this. So this is take 2. This week I am joined by Baka Sakura, a cosplayer down here in Cape Town who I was very, very fortunate to meet. Welcome, Sakura.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
It's an absolute pleasure. I am going to, as we had a brief conversation before this around the name Baka Sakura.
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 Sakura. I should be able to remember. I should be.
You have to say it like a ninja.
I know, but I have to because the only Sakura I know is from Naruto. So it's Sakura. I have to kind of I have to channel Jiraiya or someone a little bit.
Jiraiya Sensei, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So, we met at the launch of Battlefront at MWeb, which was fantastic, and you were there in your full cosplay garb, which was very impressive, I must say.
Thank you.
That was one of my first, to be honest, as a huge geek, and I am a huge geek, that was one of my first experiences of cosplay.
Really?
Absolutely true.
And wait, but you've been here in the country for how long?
Like 18 years.
Wow, you need to get out more, man.
But this is the thing, I'm from England where it's even bigger as far as and I for some reason, despite being a massive geek and growing up around computers and gaming and all that kind of thing, it's just not a sphere that I've stepped into at all.
That is amazing.
I know, it's very
that is
weird.
A feat in itself.
I kind of feel like I should get some props for it. You've been a geek for this long, but you've never not even touched the fringe. You were the first person full-on cosplayer I've ever met.
Wow, I feel great.
There we go. Hey, it's cool.
I hope I didn't spoil it for you or anything.
Not in the slightest. No. No, actually, I thought it was fantastic. So we were having a conversation earlier. So I before the MWeb golf day, I'd been at a charity golf day, and I may have been slightly worse for wear, and I'd thought that I'd actually maintained and been fairly respectable. But according to Sakura, no, it was clear to everyone that I was very drunk.
It was an interesting evening.
Yes, it was okay though.
No, it was good. It was good.
It was good fun.
I'm here. I'm on Geeknode. So.
It couldn't have gone that exactly. It couldn't have been that bad. No, otherwise, it'd be like, sorry, you want me to be on podcast with you? No.
After our conversation, what?
Yeah, what's no?
It was.
I do remember pretty much everything. I had that kind of haze of everyth's fine.
Yeah.
No one knows I've been drinking tequila all day. I don't stink of booze.
No, not at all.
Not at all. So,
no, but to be fair, that place was very smelly because it was so small and confined.
So it could have been anyone.
It could have been anyone.
Tequila.
But there was alcohol there as well.
It was lemon beer.
Yo.
I may have.
No comment.
I may have had a few. Didn't like them very much.
We all had a few, even despite the fact that we didn't like it very much.
I know.
We had limited options, I suppose. Look, it was a good event, though.
Absolutely, it was fantastic. I had a great time.
I just question the beer choice, but it's probably because I'm German, so
see, there we go. We're gonna get on just fine. We're gonna get on just fine. So, sorry, Sakura, we've kind of just jumped into it.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, if you just give our listeners a little rundown about yourself and what you get up to.
Sure. Okay. Well, like you've said before, I'm from Cape Town. I've been cosplaying for quite a few years now. I basically started cosplaying round about when I was 20-ish. Officially, so it's been quite a few years now. I'm not gonna reveal my age, but it's been long enough. And when I started cosplaying, the community in Cape Town specifically was about 6-7 people that I was aware of. Wow. And now it's grown. I mean, we have a cosplay Cape Town group, and it's grown to over 1,000 members in the group. So there's a lot of enthusiasts and a lot of cosplayers and people that are so keen to get into it, and photographers, and it just kind of spun out of control. So now we have this amazing network of people, that I'm glad to say that I'm a part of, and I love it.
It's very, very awesome. I'm unfortunately one of those completely non-creative people. I like to think of myself as a linguist, and
Yeah.
that's about as creative as I
That's
get.
good. That's a good
Like
skill to have.
I can't draw, I can't paint, I can't really make anything. I can shoot things in the head in computer games.
I was about to say, you need to say that phrase real fast.
Yeah, no, I was about to say shooting in the head in computer game. But I unfortunately I've never been one of those kind of people who can make things, or I mean, in fact I found my father got a box out of his loft a while ago,
Yeah.
and he found this mobile that I made when I was still in England and he was over here, and I sent to him, and it was with scorpions and spiders on it with felt and like sewn, and I just looked at it and I nearly wept because I was just like, why am I so untalented? So like I see people, you know, making these Iron Man suits, and
Yeah,
you know, you guys, there was yourself, and there was another girl there dressed as Ewoks. If I remember correctly,
yeah.
that you were
Congo
both
kitten?
Ewoks.
No, I wasn't an Ewok.
Who were the Ewoks? There was an Ewoks. There was a Twi'lek.
Yeah, there was Ewoks. There was an
'Cause
one
I
Ewok.
remember-
There was one Ewok. There was a
Yes,
Twi'lek.
you're right. It was only one Ewok.
I was a Wookiee.
You were a
Wookiee
Wookiee
girl.
Yes,
Yeah, I was
yes.
a Wookiee girl.
Yes. Because the
And then there
Ewok
was a Han
stole
Solo
my
gender
colleague's
band,
phone,
yeah.
which was rude. And Darth Vader was there too.
Darth Vader,
Darth
and I think
Vader.
there was another Han Solo girl, like
little
gender band.
bent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
know
they-
some of the terminology.
And there was some, good on
Hey,
you.
check me out.
How did you not meet cosplayers yet?
I
You knew
don't
the
know.
terminology and everything. Wow.
I went to my first proper convention about a month or so ago. In fact, that was where I ran into you again and got your business card
Yes.
at UConn.
Yes.
That was my first time at an actual like convention.
hectic.
I'm like I live in this really weird place. Like if it sounds a lot worse than it is, but like
It puts the lotion on the skin.
it puts or else it gets the hose again. Pretty, you know, they had to get
Do you
they-
escape?
I'm more like the Buffalo Bill. I'm
You
the
are the
guy lowering
sorry,
it
I
down
have
with,
completely
the,
reversed role then.
with the little puppy dog that I love a little bit too much.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
so lonely.
Yeah. But I was a jock.
Okay, what?
I was a jock, like sport. I was fully into my sport, so I played
You know what, there's nothing wrong
rugby.
with that.
No, absolutely, I played rugby, hockey, athletics, tennis, swimming.
Yeah,
I used to do all of that stuff, and that was like my focus when I was in school.
Yeah.
And I had this, like, the computer games and PlayStation and those. Well,
Yeah.
okay, I'm quite old, so at the time it was more Mega Drive. Yeah, and that kind of thing. And that was on the side, but my main focus was sport. And then in my 20s, I was a massive geek, but I was working as a barman, and I was a bit of a barfly, and I just used to go
you're
out clubbing
social.
all the time,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
being social. But I'd come home at 3, 4 in the morning, and I'd sit and play computer games until 6, and then go to sleep, and then get up and go back to work as a barman.
Yeah.
So like the two, I don't know why, for some reason it wasn't now until I'm in my 30s that I'm kind of just like, you know what, no, I can't play sport anymore because my body's broken. I can't go clubbing anymore
all the tequila.
Yeah, I can't go clubbing. Yeah, well, maybe. I can't go clubbing anymore because no, I'm 50 now. You know what I mean? Like that's just a
There's an
little creepy.
expiry date? Shit, did I miss that?
I think that no, and I think it's more for guys.
Really?
No, as a woman, you can, as a woman, you can still get away with it. Well, you don't even have to get away with it. It's still perfectly acceptable because you can go with your friends and have a dance, and it's wonderful. But I have never heard any male friend of mine say, "Hey, let's go to the club. I really feel like a dance." No, guys go to the club for one reason. Well, two reasons: to get drunk and pick up women.
Yes.
That's literally it.
Yeah. So what do you like get like this creepy factor at that age?
I think so.
What
If
is
you
it?
once you start hitting your 30s, I think if you're still hanging around in the clubs with all the 20-year-olds, you start to become a little creepy if you're a dude. Like you're that weird. Like I remember, I think it got to a point where I was in a club and I was like, and I got this flashback of when I was like in my early 20s and seeing some older dude and just be like, what a creep. And then I was there and I was like, oh my God, I'm that guy.
I'm that guy.
And that was it. I was like, no, done. So yeah, so I had all that through my 20s. So now it's only in my 30s and I'm fully embracing my geekhood. And I love it.
No, but
That's the way it
you
should
know
be.
what? To be fair, let me just save you quick. to be fair, cosplay wasn't really that big until like a few years ago. It was really, no one really knew about it. Everybody was like, doing their own thing because, there wasn't really a community. Like, there weren't like these massive conventions. I mean, the only one that was really happening was in Joburg, and it was, Rage Expo.
Right.
And that was the main cosplay point for everyone. That's like the one event people were like, oh, you're bound to see some people dressed up in cool shit. But it wasn't a community thing. It wasn't like there was more to it. People just thought, okay, cool, it's this one event and that's it. And then, it slowly started to progress in like these little communities that started forming. People messaging each other about their costumes, people making tutorials, people sharing what they're doing. It became like this whole movement, and people just wanted to join, because it was finally, you see it everywhere else in the world, and finally it was like,
we're kind of catching up a bit.
Yeah, we're catching up, and it's just spun out of control here. It's crazy. Like, it's massive now. It's massive.
I think it's great.
South Africa, I think it's really big, and it's not stopping. It's just growing and growing.
Well, I suppose you've got all the people. Excuse me, sorry, I just had a mouthful of tea, and apparently it decided that it wanted to try and choke me. It's not a great feeling, I'll be honest. It's so huge in America, and it's growing. It's much bigger than it is in the UK. It's much bigger than it is here.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, America's got to be. Would it be America, or would it be like Japan?
Well, look, cosplay. Despite what people say, cosplay was the terminology was coined in America. Actually, it was starting in America. It didn't start in Japan. Americans did it first, and it was predominantly comic cosplays. And then, it started progressing, I think, to anime and gaming and movie and whatever else people wanted to cosplay. But yeah, no, it just became equally big because, anime is a Japanese culture.
Yes.
And, so everybody did their own thing and started cosplaying these characters. But I mean, it was actually officially done by Americans. So
I didn't know that. I'm learning. I'm learning so much. I am already learning so much about the whole thing. See, this is fantastic. It's like it's a two-way street. It's like, yay. So, okay, so it not started in Japan, which is actually strange because I would have thought that it would have been, first off there. Although maybe they just call it what I'm wearing on a Saturday night.
Yeah, they just
do
call
get
it,
up to they do get up to some weird stuff over there.
They do.
I love them to pieces and love some aspects of their culture.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Well, that applies to Western culture as well. So.
Listen, 100%. I'm completely on board with you there. It applies to pretty much every culture under the sun. Apart from Buddhists, because they're pretty chill.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really take offense at anything that is like, I'm going to sit here and contemplate the universe.
Yeah.
And you can't get
quotes.
You can't get pissed off with someone for that. It's not like, you son of a bitch. How
dare you be so civil and nice?
That's universalist. What about the other universes out there that you're not contemplating?
How dare you be so open-minded and loving? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, see, so I think they're probably the only people who are safe. All the rest of us are we're all
doomed.
Yeah, we're doomed. I'll agree with you fully. We're so doomed as a species. But until we die, we can have a lot of fun.
And cosplay.
I might one day. See. I suppose the closest I ever got to cosplay was Halloween.
Yeah, that's generally how it starts, eh? It's like people that don't want to just dress up one day in the year. They want to do it more.
Well, see, the thing is, though, I love a dress up.
Yeah.
So I had a friend, I actually had an ex-girlfriend of mine. It was her friend who I got to know, and she was an event planner. So whenever she was throwing a party, whether it was for her birthday, her husband's birthday, Christmas, Halloween, doesn't matter what it was, it always became an event. But like to the point of, she had like a benches and wenches kind of medieval night, but with jousting.
What? That's amazing.
Like, not actual, but like, where like you'd have to be on someone's back, and it was with like, and because obviously we didn't have horses, and you'd have to, you'd have to try and knock each other off. And then there was, there was there was sword fighting, but with like swords which had been like with ink on them. And if you got, kind of hit, if you got hit in the arm, and it all, and I started to get into like the whole dressing up kind of thing then. Yeah. And we ended up, we even ended up one night. I've dressed up, so the Crow. I could say,
the Crow.
I could claim that.
Yeah, exactly. Was it on Halloween though?
It wasn't. It was for a friend of mine's 30th birthday, I
Then
think.
it is a cosplay. Congratulations!
Yes, I'm a cosplayer now. Okay, cool. I was quite impressed with it. I didn't do the makeup myself, but I went and did
Doesn't
the
matter.
whole. And I like every now and then we have me and a couple of friends of mine. We've got a rock band, not a real band because none of us can actually play an instrument, but we like to pretend that we're rock stars.
Okay.
And I do get fully into glam rock character for that,
Love.
with the leopard skin
I
tights.
love glam rock. So
Oh, yeah,
totally
and,
on with it with you there, like
Oh, yeah.
100%.
No, full on, like the wig, eyeliner, these beautiful rings, like some are spiky, some are skulls, some are like giant gems and like necklaces
Pics
and
or it didn't
vests.
happen, eh?
Oh, it's all
Photos or it didn't
amazing.
happen.
No, there are some floating around somewhere. That's the scariest thing.
Ooh.
I wonder. I'm sure I could find some and then not post them along with this podcast.
No, you have to.
Okay, if I find one, hand on heart.
Yes.
If I find them, I will post them.
Thank you.
My
Much
pleasure.
obliged.
So, the cosplaying calendar.
Yeah.
How does it look in Cape Town these days? I mean, is
Yo.
it still focused, or is it like completely spread out now?
It's crazy. We still have our seasons. Like in the beginning of the year, I think for Cape Town specifically, it's quite busy. You know, everything's just right after each other. Like we have because I'm a cosplay Cape Town admin. Basically, I'm not a self-proclaimed leader or anything like that. Just so I clarify, we're
Kim
basically none of
Okay.
that. No weird elitist crap.
Okay.
It's just a bunch of us that decided we're gonna come together and just organize some events. Just to so we have more events in Cape Town because we were lacking a few, but now it's growing. It's quite a bit that's happening. So in February, we have our annual February picnic, which we are hosting as the admins.
Awesome.
It's just a relaxed picnic at Kirstenbosch, really. We just go there and we hang out in our costumes and take lots of photos and eat a lot of food. And,
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's really relaxed. It's not a convention. It's just a get-together, so you get to know the people that you're cosplaying with. And it's just a little bit of more intimate setting, I think, rather than your convention where it's just so busy and you don't...
I suppose, and everyone else is wanting to have photos with you, and you never actually get a chance to stop and talk to everyone.
You don't get to talk at conventions. That's the thing. Like you're so involved in your cosplay, and like to be honest, we are involved in our cosplays when we're in cosplay. Like you just want good photos. That is like the main goal. You want to be noticed.
Yeah.
It is a thing, like I'm going to be honest about it. Like you're going to be pretty bleak if you've been at a convention for a full fucking 8 hours and you didn't get one single photo.
I can imagine that would be quite
No,
upsetting.
it would suck. It would suck. I'm gonna be honest. So, like you get a bit self-involved, and you're so busy speaking to everyone, but not really speaking to everyone. It's like you have little conversations and then you move on, and you have little so it's not like you get to know anyone. You just say hi. Oh, your costume's amazing. How did you do this? Oh, I love your wig. Oh, you look amazing. Well, I took a photo. Yes, I took a photo. Okay, kawaii. Bye.
You have to end it on kawaii.
Yeah.
Kawaii. I never get it all. I never get everything right. But anyway, sorry, carry on. So you never get to chat.
Yeah, so you never get to chat. So at picnics, it's really relaxed. You just hang out and talk a whole bunch of shit, and you get to ask the questions that you want to ask, and to take the time to involve yourself with other cosplayers. On a more personal setting. So that's what I like about picnics, and that's basically why we keep on doing them.
And who doesn't like a picnic as well? It's a damn good choice.
It's a great reason because food.
Yeah,
I'm all about food.
I cannot disagree with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm really all about eating.
Oh,
That's
and the
my
botanical
favorite hobby.
gardens.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful set. You got food, you got everyone dressed up amazingly, and
it's really fun. It really is. I can't and you know what? It's not just for cosplayers. It's for people that love cosplay. It's for photographers that just want to take photos of people on cosplay. It really is. And everything that encompasses that whole culture, I think it's for anyone. I've seen people sit there and just draw. They just draw stuff. Yeah.
Just chilling.
Just chilling like villains.
That's the way it should be, man. Just everyone just relaxing and doing their thing the way they want to do it.
Happy, man. Happiness is. And
I love it.
And okay, so there's that. There's the picnic. And then right after that, we have, if I'm correct now, in March, we have Japan Day, which is, so the cosplay admins, once again, is in touch with the Japanese embassy in South Africa. So every year they have a Japan Day to kind of let people know about their culture and, just enrich people with how they do things differently and how the Eastern culture compares to the Western culture, that sort of thing. So we help them host this event every year by just trying to attract cosplayers to come and attend the event as well, and mutual geeks, because it tends to, like, if you're a cosplayer, you tend to get involved in that whole culture, Japanese culture and whatever. So I think it's quite nice. We get to help out the embassy, so that people just get to know, like, origami and flower arrangements, kendo, and like,
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would enjoy the kendo so much.
Well, you don't have to do the kendo.
I think I'd end up getting whacked around the skull.
No, it's just they just show you how it's done. It's like, because we have like a South African Kendo Association. No, you don't actually. It's just a demonstration.
Okay.
Yeah,
it would be cool. But it's something I'd give it a try. Like, I went through a weird stage where I really, 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 and I don't know why, wanted to try fencing.
Fencing?
Yeah, no idea why. Like, the puffiest of all the sports. In fact,
No,
I don't even know if you
it's
can call
not.
it. Just well, it kind of is, because it's like, this is we're taking this thing that was dueling and was lethal, and we're going to make it safe. It's like, you're kind of taking all the fun out of it now. That's like, going bungee jumping, but you're only allowed to drop a meter. No more.
No, I think there's a lot more skill to fencing. Wow.
Oh no! Listen, there's a hell of a lot of skill. That's what I liked about it. The fact that it's so safe.
Yeah. No, for sure.
It's like, you kind of like, you want a bit of you need an element of danger.
No, for sure. I get that, but sure. I mean, not everybody wants to fight, Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to, like, actually get, like, chopped in the head. But just something, it just became, I don't know why I became fascinated with it, but then I just kind of went, no, it's lacking that edge that it should have.
Well, maybe you're doing it wrong.
I have other things. I never tried it. So it was a complete. I know, that's the worst part. It's a completely uninformed opinion. I just kind of just went,
Slightly. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, and one day I just went, meh, no. I don't know why. I should have given it a try. I don't think I'd be very good now. I'm not as limber as I once was.
Age, right?
It's a shocker. It really is. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm sore. I'm like, I haven't even gone out of bed.
What did I do?
Why is my back so sore? Yeah.
Shame. No, it can't be that bad.
No, it's not so bad. But that's awesome. So the origami, I really like. I can do a little bit of origami.
Yeah.
I can make a dragon.
What? That's not a little.
That bites. It's like, I call it a dragon. It's more like, it looks like, it's kind of a dragon.
No, that's pretty damn good if you can make like a dragon.
It's not like a full-on...
I can make like the crane, like everybody else.
Yeah, but don't imagine, when I say a dragon, don't imagine like something from, I don't know, what's something that's got dragons in it?
What's a movie that has dragons in it?
Anything that's got dragons. I'm trying to think
Lord of the Rings? Well,
there you go. Okay, there you go. The Hobbit. So don't imagine like some kind of, like really intricate thing. Like, it's pretty basic, but it moves. It opens and closes its mouth. That is
intense. That is very intense.
I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm feeling a bit intimidated right now.
It's very similar to doing. Did you ever, when you were a kid in school, did you ever make those little things, decision squares?
What do you call them?
I don't. Decision squares. That's as close as I've ever gotten.
I don't know.
It just used to be like, you'd have things written in it and like colours and numbers. That thing.
Yes, that was amazing.
Right. It's basically the same as making that. So that's just how basic it is.
Okay.
Like, it's legitimately the
My
most basic
intimidation
thing.
has gone away now.
It should evaporate immediately
quite quickly
upon hearing. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Cool. Okay, so these things are happening in Cape Town. They're happening, I'm assuming, in Joburg and Durban as well.
Well, look, I'm not really on, I don't have all the information on their events and Joburg and Durban and all of those. Sure. But there is we have a Cosplay South Africa group. If you search it on Facebook, you'll find it. It's literally called Cosplay South Africa.
Good name.
And there we have a Google Calendar, basically. So all the areas can submit their events, and it's posted on that calendar, so people in South Africa can know what's happening when.
Brilliant. So there we go. I do advise anyone who is a budding cosplayer to go and check it out. I think that would definitely be worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if if you're into cosplay, but you've never kind of crossed the line. Like if you're interested, but have never gotten involved, it might be an opportunity to meet some great people. I must say, like, I haven't met that many cosplayers. I met some at the MWeb thing. I met some at UConn, and every single one of you was lovely.
Thank you.
Like you've all been you've all been really cool. Like I haven't seen any. Well, I suppose. I mean, to a point, you're not going to go to a con dressed up if you don't want people to ask you questions. But no, everyone's just been really open and happy to speak to everyone. And you can see, like, I mean, at the Yukon was hot.
Yeah. It
was like a toaster. It's like an oven in there. And some of the people that I saw there were, I mean, they must have been suffering so much, but like they were all just cool, chill, calm, really friendly.
That was a rough weekend for me, hey?
Was it? I can imagine it must have been, yes, it must have been a bit painful. Because I was like in shorts and a t-shirt and I was like, oh, I'm dying a bit.
Now, you have to understand with me specifically now, I'm not talking about everybody in general, but for me specifically, when I cosplay, I tend to wear like hundreds of layers of things underneath my costume as well to make sure that my costume sits, as best as
you don't get any wardrobe malfunctions and stuff.
Yeah, because you wear like, okay, firstly I wear like, let me break it down for you.
Break it down.
Because it's quite intense. Firstly, if anyone was ever hoping to see any naughty parts of my body, it's never going to happen. And here's why. Okay, so I wear 2 layers of opaque stockings. So because one is already like basically solid, you won't see anything, but I wear 2 just in case.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, just to be 100% sure. And then I wear the most unflattering granny panties you have ever seen. The longest, it probably goes up to my mid-waist.
Oh.
And, it's just really there to cover and compress.
Nice. Nice.
And then if I'm feeling, very insecure, I would wear what they call shapewear over that. So it's just another layer of something that squishes my fat into place so it doesn't move. Yeah.
I think I'm going to look into getting me some of those. Do they make that?
They are made.
That actually sounds quite useful.
Yeah, no, shapewear I have in every shape and form. Literally for every single costume, I have a form of shapewear that I can wear with it, which I am very proud of.
And why not?
Yeah, and why not? Because I can. And I spend a lot of money on it, damn it.
No, I can imagine. I mean, the costumes are they're amazingly intricate. I absolutely love it.
No, they are. And you know what? You want to look your best in your costume, and everyone feels like, they have their insecurities and they have their things. And I definitely have mine. So, with shapewear, I think it just gives me that little bit more confidence to wear that costume proudly. And specifically, I make my own costumes. So for me, I think it just helps it, like, finish it off quite nicely if my rolls aren't moving, and I'm not wobbling and stuff like that. So, and just keeping everything where it should be.
There we go.
Yeah. So,
I can imagine it must take a lot, to be honest. I mean, for anyone to. Let's be honest, okay, and this is something that has been argued backwards and forwards across the geekosphere, but I mean, cosplay uniforms, especially for women, are generally fairly revealing. I mean, they are.
They can be. They can be. Yeah.
They don't have to be.
No.
But
it's a choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
A choice.
But if it comes down to it, I mean, but a woman wants to feel feminine.
Yeah. Well, I think she wants to feel empowered. Not necessarily.
Which I am 100% behind.
Yeah.
And please no one burn my house down. I am all for empowering everyone in every way possible.
Yeah.
So if this comes across as being slightly wrong, just understand I am merely stating something that is an opinion of people about cosplay, and it generally being perceived as, most of the time, it's quite revealing. Now that's got to be a hard thing to do. Like most people I know struggle to just go on the beach in a swimming costume,
Definitely.
I mean, they're like, and that's, well, having said that, it's far more revealing than anything in cosplay, but you understand my point.
Yes,
definitely. It must take brass balls.
Yeah, I think, look, I haven't done anything that revealing. Like, I've had my challenges of cosplays where I've done semi-revealing things, where I show a little bit of skin. But like I say, with my amount, like layers and layers of things that I wear, I don't think skin's even around. So, like you don't even see me; you just see clothing.
You think you're seeing skin.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're seeing 3 layers of stockings.
Absolutely. I like it.
Yeah. So I commend people that can pull it off and do it confidently, because you will always find people that have something bad to say about it, or that feel they need to judge it or something like that. So you know what, I commend anyone that feels that they can pull off their costume and do it so comfortably and out of their own will. You know, I think it's very important that you feel good about yourself when you're in cosplay.
I think comfortable, happy, and feeling like that is exactly the way that you want to be. And that's that's exactly the way it should be.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay, and here's another question, which is slightly, I don't really know what to say. It's
just hit
I
me
know,
with it.
yeah, I know that there was a lot of fuss, especially at some of the big Comic-Con events in the States, over people getting quite handsy.
Yeah.
Does that happen?
That does happen. I've been groped personally.
Really?
Yes. Like literally, the guy groped me and legged it.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah. No, that does happen. That does happen.
Does it? Hopefully it's not too bad.
No, you know what? I don't think our conventions and stuff are that big that it would happen that often. I don't know, but I could be wrong. I don't know everybody's stories, but it has happened. Like there was this movement that was created because of it called cosplay equals no consent.
Yeah.
So basically, people were, enraged by the fact that people were being touched inappropriately, or comments were being given to them inappropriately.
Absolutely, yeah.
And people were being harassed, and you'll see, like, especially in like the bigger countries, I've seen people post videos of guys literally taking photos of chicks, but I mean, like, putting the phone under their dress or down at the top, and they're just literally killing those space bubbles, where they're like their personal space is completely being invaded.
Yeah.
I get that people get excited about the characters. I get that. I really do. I get that people want to be around the characters that they love so much and that they revere. Like, it's amazing to see someone pull off a cosplay so well that you actually want to go and touch them like they're real. But you have to remember that they're human beings, and you would be surprised at how many cosplayers are insecure and introverted. You wouldn't understand how many cosplayers are introverted people. So for you as a person to come and just touch them or hug them or, we call glomp them is when you jump on someone unexpectedly.
Oh, that's like an attack hug.
Yeah, like an attack hug. It sounds cute.
Why would you do that to a stranger? It's like, I don't know you. Why are you attached to me like a limpet?
Yeah, I have been glomped like a furry little creature. It's just, I have been loved like I was a little kitten. It really doesn't happen. It shouldn't happen, but it does.
Yeah. That's kind of weird.
It's a scary thing, but I understand. Look, I understand the enthusiasm behind it, but there's also just people that are downright pervy and gross.
Yeah, that is true.
And then that same breath, people are just damn rude, and unnecessary.
Yeah. People need to learn the art of the hover hand.
Definitely. Although I've seen hover hand photos.
Exactly. Just the arm. You don't need to have your arm draped around someone.
No, you don't have to hold my hips.
Exactly. It's okay.
You don't have to prom.
There we go. You gotta leave space for Jesus.
Yo.
Okay.
Reach.
See, I that's one of my favorite things I think I've ever heard. Was it I don't know. I think it was in a TV show or on a movie.
Something. I've seen it.
It must have been. It must have been something. And they were like, they came and separated a couple and were like, leave space for Jesus.
It was a couple dancing, I think.
I think so. Yes. Okay.
Wow. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe we're remembering something really old now.
I
hope not.
That might be true.
I hope it's like something that came out last year. Damn it.
No, it was like it's something that like the cool kids these days.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right. Anyway, moving away from the seedier side of the way that some people behave, I'm very glad to hear that you haven't had too many bad experiences with it. I think it's something like it's a form of expression that I'm so happy is kind of being embraced more and more. Like geekdom in general is really starting to, well, there's two camps as far as I see
Yeah.
it. So there's the old school geeks.
Yeah.
Like, well, I suppose you and I'm old school. You're young school. Yeah, I would never call somebody else old.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Be kind.
There we go. Who, we've been geeks for decades, and it's a genuine love and everything, and we tend to get a little bit protective of geekdom because
sure.
now it's kind of gone a bit more into the mainstream.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like I legitimately heard a woman one time, and it was at an old office of mine, saying, "Oh my god, like I'm turning into such a gamer. I can't stop playing Candy Crush for argument's sake. I've never wanted to smack someone around the head with their own cell phone."
Though, because
She's not, but it's just like, no, the geek inside me.
I know, I understand.
was just cringing. I was like,
so
"You
much
can't
more
be
than
angry."
Candy Crush.
No, I know. It's like there's this whole other world you don't even
You show
understand.
your way to the dark side.
But it's starting to become. We're moving into the light. We're starting to become. Everything's far more accepted and
Yeah, it's no more it's no longer an us and them. I think it's very integrated now with like the newer generation of people.
So like let's say at the annual cosplay picnic. So you're in Rondebosch Gardens. Do you get? I mean, okay, obviously you're going to get a fair amount of attention. You got however many people there, all dressed in their finery, looking fantastic. I mean, and hands down, some of the most amazing things I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's cosplay blows my mind. Some of the costumes you guys come up with is just like that's incredible. So obviously you're going to get more attention.
Yes, yes.
Does it get weird? Do you end up like with people kind of just standing and watching you? And you're like, I'm trying to have a picnic here.
You get strange people. You get people that just stand and stare, purely because I think they're confused. Because when you walk past a dress-up party, you're like, it's a dress-up party. You can see, like people dress like pirates or whatever. But when it's so elaborate and crazy and wigs and lenses and horns and wings and it's just like hectic. It looks like a Mardi Gras in the middle of a garden. It's just people get confused. I think they want to know what's happening, but it intrigues them. I think. But also you get a lot of stares,
no, but those are exactly the kind of stares I meant. Sorry, I didn't mean in like the creepy dude in the bushes kind of way. I very much meant in a kind of a, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
like,
we have a lot of people that come towards us and like they just like, you need to
just
tell me what's
check
happening.
It out.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like I'm so happy that people are like actually showing an interest.
Yeah, definitely.
It's something that like, I don't know. I do wish that like it had been more mainstream in my day, or maybe that I'd had more
involvement.
Or been a bit braver, to be honest.
Yeah.
And actually kind of, embraced more of the things that I could have.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I do love a good dress up. I'm
not
gonna lie.
Well, you should. There's never too late. Like,
but then we fall back on my old problem of I'll try and make something and I'll rock up and they'll be like, "Oh, dude, totally! Like you're dressed as Kratos." I'll be like, "I'm supposed to be Master Chief," and then I'll be really sad.
You know how many times because I have this tendency to wear the most obscure characters because I wear them because I like them, not because I want to be popular. And I remember the one time at Rage, I think 2 people knew who I was. A total of 2.
Nice. But those 2 people and you, did you have that moment where they were like, "Oh," exactly. See, that sometimes is the nice thing about having that obscure thing. Like I have a thing with a friend of mine, AJ, is an absolutely fantastic chap who I love to pieces, and for a long time we just used to randomly throw obscure movie quotes at each other. Like we both absolutely adore. Yeah. And it wasn't like a competition, like a one-up thing. Well, it kind of was to a point, but like, it would just be like you throw an obscure quote at the other person, and if they could reply to it, and it was like, oh yeah, like you got that little moment. Everyone else goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you two?"
Inside joke.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry.
Moving on.
We'll go sit over here and be quiet. Sorry about that. So yeah, no, I totally get that. Like, I suppose you want to dress to a point, in something that's recognizable, but
definitely.
not something that's just so common that you might as well not
Ugh,
bother.
you know what? No, there's no rules. Really, there's no rules. Like, there's no rule book on cosplay. You shouldn't feel like you should abide to a certain standard. You shouldn't feel like you have to make your own cosplays. A lot of people buy their cosplays or get them commissioned by people. There's no rules, really. And if people say otherwise, that's bullshit. People can do what they want. They can dress how they want. They can rent a costume. They can make a costume. They can do whatever they want. I think the only time that it actually matters, and this is just speaking from because I've been a cosplay judge before for a few competitions, just from a competition perspective, naturally the person that made their own costume has a little bit of a more advantage over
Makes
someone
sense.
that bought their costume or bought most of the items or
Yeah, absolutely.
so
Yeah, that
I
makes
think
sense.
that's the only time that I would say it matters more because it's a competition and you
Yeah.
need to go with what your pros and cons are. So naturally, if you made the damn thing, that's a definite bigger pro than you buying the thing or
and
renting.
and putting it on.
Yeah. So that's. But other than that, no, you can do what you want. You can
If you're
go
doing it for yourself, okay, cool. So if
Yeah.
you're doing it for yourself, just do whatever makes you comfortable.
do what makes you happy. Really, like do what makes you happy. I can't stress that enough. And it's always been quite a big cosplay debate on like, do you have to make your own costumes? It's like if superiority thing. It's really not. It really isn't. Like you should never feel like you're inferior if you can't make your own costume.
Yay!
No, you really shouldn't. Like, and I'm like crying about this because it really should be something that everybody can enjoy however they want. Not everybody has the money nor the skills to do the things that some people do. So you have to make do with what you have, Wear the cosplay that comes directly out of your closet, that you've made with normal clothing or whatever. I don't know. You put it together and you were like, yeah.
That'll do. Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be it. That'll fit the role perfectly.
Gel my hair up and now I'm Vegeta and, normal clothing. Whatever, dude. Like,
I've never gotten into Dragon Ball Z.
what?
I know.
No, this is the end of the podcast.
I know. I even feel bad. I feel bad mentioning it. Everyone,
okay. No, but to
everyone I
confess-
say these things to, they're just like, "What is wrong with you?"
But to confess, I've never gotten into One Piece, which is also a really big anime. And
I don't think I did either.
yeah, okay. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We're safe. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
never mind
we're
One Piece.
good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, it's
Well, I've
only
never
us.
heard of it.
It's only
See,
us. It's only us.
I think the only thing I think when I was watching anime was the first and the major one was like Fist of the Northern Star and Ninja Scrolls. They were like the two.
There's old school, yeah. Ninja Scroll.
Like-
I watched, yeah.
Fun. I don't know if you've ever seen Fist of the Northern Star, but if
No.
you have the opportunity, check it out. It was absolutely immense. I mean, the animation style and everything is a little bit dated now, obviously.
No, yeah. Well, it
But,
was in the 80s, wasn't it? 80s.
Something. Hey,
Yeah.
easy, Tiger.
No, Ninja Scroll was in the 80s, wasn't it? Late 80s.
Was it? Oh no.
No, I have to Google this now. I need to.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to have a look. Yeah, so it was
Oh,
around
it
the
might be
same
wrong.
time.
I'm sorry. I might be making it much.
I think
older
it.
than it is.
Yeah, I know. See, because if it's that old, then it makes me feel even older.
Oh shit! No, I'm really
hoping
wrong.
it was in
I'm
the
sorry.
90s.
I'm really
It was in the
sorry.
90s.
Yeah, it's in the 90s.
Yes. Okay, cool. I'm still good.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I was
I
like,
really
can't be
didn't
that
thought the
old.
manga came out in like the 80s.
Oh no.
My
okay.
bad.
I'm hoping
Bad.
not. Yeah. So but then when it came to the series, I never really had time. I've never been much of a TV watcher. I love
Yeah.
movies and I love series, but I very much hate schedules. I'm not good with them. I don't work well with them. So
Yeah.
this whole thing of before streaming video
Yeah.
or anything else, it was this program is on at this time and you
Yeah.
will watch it then and that's it. And I could never get into it, so I never really, got into the whole watching series, one episode a week kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then the one anime which I did get into, which obviously, like every other friggin' person who says they watch anime, Naruto, which I loved.
I love.
And then Bleach,
I
and you don't like Bleach.
I never got into
It's-
it once
It's
again.
but see, this is the same. This is the thing. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the same as TV
Suppose
programs.
I can't judge you about
Some-
Dragon Ball Z
No, no,
now, hey.
no. See, there we go. Saving grace.
Something on me, son.
Yes, but everyone likes different things. So like,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
if if you can't get into Bleach, it's the same as me not being able to get into Jessica Jones. I don't understand what the fuss is about. Everyone's going on about it.
I
It's
don't
like
know. I haven't seen it either.
it's a Marvel. She's like a Private Eye or something.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah, you know
I
of it.
I
Yeah.
haven't.
You haven't
I
watched?
haven't done it.
I tried,
haven't.
and I just could not make myself get interested.
But you know
So
what?
same kind of thing.
It is, but it is like that though. If you look at the cosplay community, people automatically assume you like anime. I know people that mostly cosplay games or comics. They don't care about anime.
See, some of the best ones I think I've ever seen were Mad Moxie from
Oh, yes,
Borderlands.
Borderlands,
I mean, and
Oh.
that must be a great costume to make.
Yeah,
because
but it's
her clothes
stunning.
are quite. They're
And
quite
you know, we actually
outlandish.
had a local cosplayer that did Mad Moxie. Yes, Giant Chef, actually.
Giant Chef,
Yeah.
who I actually spoke to Giant Chef a little while ago.
Oh, really?
Yes, yep,
Yeah.
was what that's what triggered the thought in my head actually, because I saw that and I was just like, it's incredible. It must have been so much fun to do because she's such a great character as well as having such a distinctive look.
And I mean, Giant Chef is just, she's a stunning cosplayer, dude. So, I mean, she pulled it off so immaculately. I remember seeing her where was it? At KinCon, at the first KinCon I attended, which is a convention that happens in Joburg. I fly up quite regularly as a vendor because of my cosplay shop.
Sure.
So I fly up and I attend
Links
events.
to the cosplay shop will be in the section below the podcast, by the way,
Yay,
as well as
join us.
as well as to Sakura's I don't know what's it called, like your Facebook
Cosplay
page,
Cosplay
but
page.
your personal it's
No,
not
it's not
your
the
personal
cosplay,
Facebook, it's your
cosplay.
personal, like,
No, stop saying personal.
do you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Cosplay page. It's
Is
my
that-
cosplay.
Is that
page.
what it is? See, I'm so
It is
out
a
of
page where you follow my work if you like my work.
There you
That
go.
is basically it.
Actually,
If
yeah.
you like my work, you can follow.
I'm so out of the Facebook thing.
No,
like,
it's
I'm
okay.
so bad. I'm
Yeah,
bad
you
at.
call it the Facebook.
I'm
so
officially bad at Facebook now. Like,
It's okay. Well, you're on again now, so
I'm
time to learn.
trying to keep that one quiet.
Right. Edit that part
Yeah,
out.
no, I'll put some
Just
music.
leap over it like I just swore really long.
I know, it's like, I can't believe you just said that. It's an appalling thing to say about our president.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I was
So yeah,
possessed.
I will put the links
Thank
in the
you.
description. So yeah,
I think you should link Cosplay South Africa as well because that's like
with
the
pleasure.
perfect place to get to know all the cosplayers from all over, and not just me, because I'm not the only one around. There's so many cosplayers, and the nice thing is you'll find all their pages there as well. So it's a really nice one spot where you can get to know everyone and ask all your questions and just familiarize yourself with the whole culture. I think.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that it has become such a big culture. So anyway, talking about cultures, I have to ask you a couple of questions that are not cosplay related, but do pertain to other areas of the geekosphere.
Oh no.
So gaming. Are you a gamer?
I want to say I am.
There is no wrong answer.
No, I'm afraid there is because you have that debate where it's like PC versus console.
See,
Yeah.
okay, I am PC Master Race.
Okay.
but
I
I-
think you should ask a different question.
But I also own 3 consoles, so I prefer
okay.
my PC. But I can't really
grew up-
claim.
I grew up with PC. Okay. I had the Nintendo and everything, but I was also always a PC gamer. I used to play Counter-Strike a lot when it just came out online.
Oh, 1.6. Back in the day of not
back
even
in
one
the day.
before it was even 1.6 when it was
Yeah,
still a
yeah.
mod.
Yeah, it was quite old. It was just after Half-Life was big,
Yes.
and then Counter-Strike came out, and that came out, and I was part of a clan. We still called it clans back then. And
I think they no
They
they're
still call it
esports
that?
team. No, I think
Oh, they
to
don't
a
call
point.
clans
But
anymore?
I think if they've become once they go pro, they become an esport team. I think up until then it's clans.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I was part of a
Yeah.
clan, and it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and then I also played a game called Ultima Online. I don't know. If you
Of course,
remember that.
yes, I remember Ultima
Yes,
Online,
yeah. I played that religiously. That back then I used to game a lot, and I remember I was.
You've already got your gaming chops. You're good. You're solid. You're a gamer.
Yeah, look, I played Ace Odyssey. I played all of those. I was really into it. And then I discovered I had boobs and I liked boys. And I kind of digressed from the gaming.
All right,
and I
yeah,
just
fair
went,
enough.
Boys!
Like,
yay!"
how those joysticks are much more fun. Yay!
Oh, wait.
It's okay, sorry. Oh,
I was
too
supposed
far.
to go now. Come on. No. It just, I was, because my brother has always and was and always will be a gamer. He taught me a lot about the gaming culture, and I used to chat on IRC a lot. with all my gaming friends.
Good
Rest in
old
peace,
IRC.
IRC. That was good times. And, that I will never lose that part. And then life came and you start studying and you can't really focus that much on gaming anymore. And then somehow I was also working as a bar lady for most of my life, when I was studying.
Yeah.
So then you have time for nothing except studying and drinking, because that's what you do when you're a student.
Absolutely.
And, you go through that whole party phase. And then during that party phase, I found cosplaying. And then I somehow came back to gaming. So it's like this nice cycle. And now I no longer party, I just game.
So what are you playing now?
Well, I play Ark a lot.
Ark Survival Evolved.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
But I play it on Xbox.
And nothing wrong with that.
PC.
Don't have to worry about it. Listen, you never get any hate from me for being a console gamer. Like, I switch. I'm like the most bipolar gamer in the planet. I'll play PC for 2 years and be like, PC, and then I'll get fed up with having to constantly upgrade my PC, and I'll be like, right, consoles only.
Exactly.
And then I'll play consoles for a couple of years, and I'll look at a friend playing on PC and see the graphics and like, I want that back. And
I'm too poor to upgrade my PC, so I'm literally I've resorted to going to Xbox, because it made financially more sense to me.
Absolutely.
So
it's a good fun game, I've got to be honest. Ark is I played it for a bit. I can't get into it too much because I survival gamed myself out, I think, to a point. Like, I used to play Daisy to death. I've got the Forest,
Daisy
Stranded Deep, Ark, Survival Evolved. There was Contagion, and I mean, there's just so many, and I just got to the point where I was like,
so many good games.
Absolutely, it's fantastic, but I missed the narrative.
I get you.
In fact, I wrote an article about it. Well, it wasn't really an article. It was just a very quick thing on top of a press release today, which is about a game that's coming out, which is a survival game, but it's not an open world survival game. So it's got a more linear path.
Oh.
So it's still got the elements of storytelling, which
storytelling,
I enjoy.
yeah.
So, I'm quite excited for that one. But Ark was great. Getting to mission around on a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something like that is, let's be honest, it's pretty good fun.
It's pretty great.
That's pretty awesome. Like, what did you do today? I rode a Tyrannosaurus Rex into somebody else's camp and destroyed everything they've poured their life and soul into for the last 2 weeks.
It was a good day.
And it was wonderful.
And after that I had a good snack. So
Absolutely. They tried to stop me and I sicked my Tyrannosaurus on them. It was great.
It was good.
Wonderful.
I'm a level, master race. So
there we go.
let's do this.
I don't think I got too far into it, so I was playing with about 2 or 3 other people, and it was fun and I enjoyed it, but I couldn't. I'd survival gamed myself up by that stage, so I didn't give it the time that I think it deserves, although I know that a lot of guys are still going hard, like they still absolutely
I love it. Look, I love Minecraft, and I always will, and I think that to me it's just like a one-up on Minecraft. You have this. I love open world games. I'm sorry,
look, I love a good open world. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I got to the point where I was like, too much open world now. I need.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. No, everybody loves a good story. Storyline like game. You need something sometimes a little bit, like you say, a little bit more linear.
Yeah.
Just to get you across the game instead of you kind of losing your purpose after 100 years of playing the game.
That's my problem. Is I for the Fallouts.
Yeah.
I end up. I have to go everywhere. And the main mission, I've got 20% through the main story, but I've been everywhere else on the map.
It's like that, I know. Especially with Skyrim.
Yeah, don't go there.
I played Skyrim on PC, and it was just intense because now you have those, those add-ons, that whole, what was it called, the black market, or I can't remember what it is. And you could have a tiger or something. And it was just crazy, and you go into that weird portal, and that weird guy that's crazy, that king, and I don't know, it just got really real and weird.
I love that game so much. I've played it through about 7 times. And then
you just realize you haven't done shit on the main storyline. You've just done all these side quests. Yeah. You've been inside someone's painting for the last hour trying to fight painted trolls.
That. Yes, I remember
you remember that?
One,
That's horrible. And you just realize at a point, what am I doing with my life? I need to get this done.
Yeah.
I have finished it. But it's just, I'm a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls games. So like Oblivion and Nox, and it's great. I love the
Nox. I haven't had that name.
Hey?
Yeah.
Bringing old
Very
ones.
cool. Like,
Showing my
okay,
age.
did you ever try a game called, what was it? It was Arcanum of Might and or something of Might and Magic Obscura, something like that. It was this really, really weird steampunk RPG.
No.
But if you like your Skyrims and that kind of thing, have a look
Yeah.
for Arcanum. I think
Okay.
you might enjoy that.
You know what is the game I grew up with? Okay, there's a few, but the one game I grew up with was Worms. I know.
That's the best.
It was just great. Worms Armageddon. It was just fantastic. And you
Worms
could
3D when it happened,
Yeah,
I was
Worms
like,
3D.
oh my god, look, I can go all around.
that holy grenade. Hallelujah.
Absolutely.
That was fantastic. And then, that happened in my life. That was fantastic. I think I grew up in a really great age of gaming because when I started gaming, we had the green screen computer still.
Ooh.
So I played the first Prince of Persia that came out.
Nice.
That
That was such a pain in the ass.
Yo! And Space Quest and Police Quest and all that.
Police and King's Quest and
Yeah, King's Quest. Yo!
there's so many good things. Like I remember
so
playing
many good.
Zork.
And they were amazing. Yo!
I had an old
that's-
Commodore C64. That was I cut my teeth on that. That was
Yeah.
so it was Zork and Forbidden Forest and just and then an Amstrad with the tapes. So I'd gone. I graduated from what was it 5 1/4 inch
Yeah.
discs to tapes and
Yeah.
put them in, and then the screen goes multicolored and it goes for like half an hour.
You know what is one sound you will never forget? Is the dial-up connection sound.
Oh, absolutely.
That is one sound that I think is gonna die out pretty soon. People don't know it anymore, but yo, what a sound though.
Well, that's like
It's nostalgic.
someone actually, what was it? Oh my god, that's going to really piss me off. There was this thing, and it was a joke. It was like a cartoon, but it had so many elements of truth that I was just like, oh my god, that's terrifying. But shit, what? It was something like a letter or something like that.
What?
But like, and he was like, oh cool, you've made a copy of the email symbol. And he's like, no, I wrote someone a letter. It was something along those lines.
Okay.
But like this kid just couldn't wrap his head around that that's what it was.
Wow.
This was an envelope, not an email.
Well,
like
just to
it was.
give you some perspective, someone actually told me the other day that they asked a kid, like not a kid, like 7. I mean, like a teenager, young teenager, who if they like Blink 182, and they said, who dat?
Oh.
And I was like, that's not even that long ago.
Oh, see, that's it. The world's over.
Yeah, that's yesteryear, man. That's like
Pack
just
your
around the
shit up,
corner.
people.
Yeah, we're done.
It's official. We are done.
We're done.
Humanity is
Aliens
gone.
can now come and fetch me now.
Might as well come get us all.
Beam me up.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. No. It shows how technology just spun out of control, and that brings me back to the whole point of where we appreciated like the really old games and it was amazing. I remember still playing golf on that green screen computer. Where they had that really hollow clapping sound every time you got like a hole in one.
Oh,
it was amazing. It was so satisfying.
That so I just got like a little like that resonated with me. I can't remember playing it, but that noise of like
man, it was fantastic. And like I remember you would appreciate stuff like that. I think it was Windows 95 that had that maze screensaver thing.
Oh, that thing was amazing.
Was it 95?
I think it might have been Windows. I think it might have been even older, wasn't it? No, it wasn't 3.1 or 3.11. I think it must have been 95. I think you're right. That thing was great, man. I'd sit and watch that for hours.
And then we used to play Doom and, the stripper, you throw money, and then... That was Duke Nukem, though.
That was Duke Nukem, absolutely. But you'd still stand there and throw money at her for half an hour.
I would throw money for hours. I mean, I don't know what I was doing. I was so young. But it was just great.
Just like, woo!
Take them pixelated nipple tassels.
Oh, see, there's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of pixelated nipple tassels. That's the way to start your day.
Anything that involves boobies, I think.
We definitely get on.
I'm a fan.
Fine. We might be kindred spirits of a sort.
It's amazing. Like I've seen Lara Croft in all her stages, and it's been a beautiful transition. But absolutely. I always love her pixeled body the most.
Absolutely, her pointy boobs that you could literally take your eye out on.
Yeah,
and just cheekbones that you could slice a glass open with.
And she almost looked angry because of her eyebrows, but
we can't put any more texture on there.
No, we can't make it more defined. That's just how she looks. Okay, she squints.
These curves, what are those? We can't. There has to be lines straight.
Points.
In fact, I saw a picture a little while ago which showed her through her various iterations and reinventions, and it was just mind-blowing. Especially when you think of it, it's like over the course of 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
Madness.
I think you appreciate it more. And I could be wrong. I'm not trying to be like that old lady, be like, you don't understand, you don't get it. But it's just,
kids don't understand.
Yeah,
nothing.
get off my lawn. That's what one of my favorite cosplayers would say, Justin Rogers. His cosplay name is Jay Wizard, and he always says that because he's also like more or less my age.
Nice.
So he always like,
kids,
get off my lawn.
Yeah, kids, get off my lawn playing that rap music.
I love it so much. And it's amazing. I think you appreciate so much when you've been through all the stages of gaming, especially stuff like that's more strategic, like Age of Empires.
Oh, I love
I played that to death, and Red Alert. Those were amazing. Tanya, I was obsessed with Tanya and her laugh. Her laugh was amazing.
She was that little. She was that little
Russian chick. That's
and she was just amazing. She was just like one shot everyone. Bang.
Yeah, she
dead.
was.
And like she could hide and she was great.
Yeah, she always went into the buildings. I think.
I think she converted. She captured the buildings.
I don't know. I can't
remember. It was a hell of a long time ago, but I know exactly. You could basically win a mission just with
it. With Tanya. Tanya was Tanya was my girl. You don't understand. Right. We're homies. We phone each other. Yeah, no.
Every day.
I have her on speed dial, son.
Why not? That's good choice. No, it is fantastic. I mean, I do love. I think that we did grow up in a golden age of gaming when it was kind of it was beautiful. It was starting out. And with Doom coming out this year as well, a look back and comparing the original Doom to this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very interesting.
I'm excited, but I'm a very nostalgic person, so I'll always say that the first one's my best because that's what really defined it for me. Like obviously the new ones are amazing, and I'm very excited for them, and I always want to see progression towards something even better and bigger and more beautiful. But man,
well, it's the same way I felt with the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
like exactly. I loved it, absolutely loved it.
I loved it. I cried.
It'll
so
never
much.
be Star Wars. Like
I'll always
logically, I'm sat here going, it's got everything. It's got everything,
it does.
And then my heart just goes, it doesn't matter. The original was better.
And I grew up with those on tape still on VHS, and they were fantastic, and I loved them so much. And I don't know. They were even so much. When I was born, they were old then actually. Because I mean, when did the first Star Wars movie came out?
1971.
It was. See, I wasn't.
71. Was it filmed then? Hang on. No, it couldn't have been. Couldn't have been.
Wasn't it late 70s?
Must have been. I was born in 81. I was born in 81, so that's giving something. It gives something.
Yeah, you're kind of old.
Yeah, I'm pretty old. I'm okay with it.
No, you're
1977.
Really?
77. That's
77. Yeah, I wasn't far off. 78. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, it came out at 77. That's a good 11 years after I was born. Like, before I was born. Not
I was
after.
about to say. I was like, hang on, wait. What are you doing, calling me old?
Math. No, it was a good 11 years before I was born. So that's quite heavy, But. Oh. Because if you think about a movie that's 11 years old that came out like now, like, it's like more recent. Yeah, in the 2000s. Most people won't remember it unless it was like a really life-changing movie. Yeah. But because Star Wars back then was so amazing for its time, and because sci-fi, because I'm a huge fan, I grew up in a sci-fi oriented house. My dad loved sci-fi. It was just natural that I was going to go there as well, I think. And those movies shaped me. It really shaped me. And I will always love 3, 4, and 5. They will always be my movies.
There we go.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely perfect. I couldn't agree with you more.
Not 3, 4, 4, 5, and 6. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I don't. Nothing. Nothing happened before then. Ever. There were no prequels. I don't know what people are talking about. But no, anyway, so the new movie came out, so fully in agreement. Yeah, it's hard to beat the nostalgia bug when it bites. So yeah, we've had some great games. We've grown up with some absolutely fantastic movies.
No, definitely.
We really have been lucky. We got to live in the time of Terry Pratchett, which is something I'll be eternally grateful for.
Oh yes, definitely. So sad to hear about his passing.
That was the first time my son saw me cry.
Wait.
Like, I'm not even joking. I was sat and I can't remember what we were doing. We were just chilling. And we probably playing Pokemon or something because he's addicted. No, it couldn't have been because we only started doing that recently. We were doing something and it was popped up on my phone saying it did, and I'm literally just sat there and I was crushed. Now, I used to live around the corner from him in England.
That's amazing.
Not like right around the corner, but like I could probably have walked in 10 minutes.
Hectic. Did you ever speak to him?
No, unfortunately not. But like he was a rad dude. He just went around and did his thing. Like he was always dressed a little bit weird, and he always had like these cool hats and stuff. But like you'd see him occasionally, but not very often. And so like he literally was part of my life growing up. Like I think I've owned every single book he ever wrote, including like The Dark Side of the Sun and the Truckers, Diggers and Wings trilogy and Only You Can Save Mankind that I've just finished reading with my son, which is just like it's the same copy that I had when I was a kid. Yes, I keep my books. I'm like a massive bibliophile. Okay, so I've got a Kindle. I love my Kindle. And I love it because it's convenient and it's just so easy. But I love a physical book. So I've got books.
No, same. The smell of books.
I have framed books on my wall.
Wow. Like, okay. No, you're really up there.
if I special books like The Portrait of Dorian Gray. The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Yes.
If it's an interesting art cover that was given to me by a very good friend. And just I think that they're just so influential on our lives that they become the most important things to watch. This could go on for a very long time. I could just sit here. We could just sit and reminisce. But I think we're probably going to have to call it a day.
No,
for the podcast.
Yeah.
We have been going for over an hour. So.
Oh really? Oh crap.
Yeah, we have. See, this is the thing about nostalgia and having a chat about it. All of a sudden, you wake up. Well, you don't wake up. You kind of look at the clock and go, oh shit, hang on.
So that happened.
Yes, there we go. Right, so we're probably gonna have to end it off there. Like I said, I will be throwing up links to as many cosplay related things as humanly possible in the description, and I will of course send you a link to the finished podcast so you can send that out to your fans to have a listen to so they can get to bask in your glory as well.
I don't have fans. No, I don't believe I have fans. No, that's weird.
Impossible.
I'm not famous, so no.
Yeah, you got fans. You got fans and you have to live with it.
That's weird. Okay.
Cool. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on and educating me a little bit more about cosplay.
You.
And yeah, it's been really, really, really cool. I've actually had a lovely, lovely conversation with you.
Thank you. Same. I really enjoyed it, and I'd love to do this again sometime. So
absolutely, 100%. Yeah, we're definitely on board. So, Jonathan, Mr. Knight Phoenix, who's our editor-in-chief. Apologies, not Jonathan. No, he's quite into his cosplay as well. So I know that he'd very much like to have a chance to chat to you as well at some stage. So yeah, we'd love to have you back in the future.
Yes, I'd love that. You use my email.
Oh, I've got your contact. I've got you on Skype now, so you can't get away. That's it.
That's creepy.
Like you're locked in now. Like the circle of trust is closed. You could never leave.
Oh my gosh! Did we swap blood? Did I miss something? Some weird blood brother shit happening?
Yeah, the internet's progressed to that stage now where
creepy.
Skype conversation basically is the same as a written contract now. So
the Dark Brotherhood.
Yep, yeah, pretty much.
St. Green, my brother.
You are now a member. Carpe Jugulum.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm down.
Right. So, is there anything else just any last messages or anything you'd like to just throw out there?
You know what? I'm just going to say, for anybody that wants to cosplay and that is currently cosplaying, just do what makes you happy. Cosplay because it's fun. If you're a competitive person, take part in the competitions. If you're not, just enjoy it for what it is. Wearing, your passion, wearing the characters that you love. And that you just want to, that you adore and that you want to show your adoration to. And I think you just take cosplay as your own form of what you make it and just don't be bothered by what other people want you to do and how they perceive cosplay. Do it how you want to do it because you want to do it and not because someone else is telling you to. I think that's the most important message I can say.
Here.
Yeah, enjoy it, man. It's fun.
That's the way it should be. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It makes you so but it's so fun.
Get out there and represent the characters that you love to the best of your abilities. Exactly. Awesome. Yeah. Baka Sakura, thank you so much for coming out, and it's been awesome.
No, it's been a privilege. Thank you.
Cool. Right. So, yes, listeners, this will, it's Monday night tonight, so this will be going out Tuesday morning, so I hope your Tuesday is faring better than yesterday did, because, let's be honest, Monday's never good for anyone. Thanks a lot for listening, and we will see you next week, hopefully. Take care.